Well, good morning. This is Fabric Queen Tarot here. And yes, we've got a beautiful, powerful overall message here for you today. I'm hearing strength, okay? Finding that strength within you here, okay? Because, boy, I'll tell you what I am seeing is people overall achieving their dreams, but most importantly, it has to do with that strength, okay? Having that determination, that focus, in essence, that you're going to prevail, okay? Finding that strength within you here. I'm feeling like there's a test, okay? A test, and yet the calm before a storm, okay? Just before overall that storm comes blowing in, you might have the chills just overall. You know what, at this moment, hearing me talk about this. So let's see what's in the deck for you here because, well, I'll tell you what, as much as what you might feel the calm before the storm here, you feel rewarded, okay? You maybe feel like within this situation, you can sit back here and, you know what, revel in your overall awards, rewards here. Maybe you are being awarded here, but recognition, your achievements, your accomplishments here. And knowing the fact that that strength within you gives you that independence to be able to take that next step forward here. I'm also hearing wealth. Okay, so I feel like wealth, money is trickling in here, definitely towards you. And I feel like you're going to be collecting on your investments here. So, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out in the reverse here, I feel like there's going to be some upheaval, some disorder here coming about. And you might feel to some extent, I keep touching my nose, so I feel like gossip, okay? Like there's going to be somewhat of an unwelcome change here, okay? Something you're going to hear, something here you're going to see here. This is not something that I feel like you're going to be standing there with open arms, all right? For some of you, I feel like it'll be a twist, a turn, maybe a setback, maybe a little bit of a delay here, okay, when you find this out. Um, I feel like it could shock you, all right? And yet I see the Queen of Pentacles here, and I got the cold chills when I say that again because I feel like at the moment when this comes in, you might feel a little bit ungrounded, okay? You might not feel like, you know what, you were ready for this, all right? I'm also picking up somebody being very mean-spirited, okay? Mean towards you most directly here. A lot of this is due to somebody being somewhat of a sociopath, somebody being jealous. I'm also picking up um, sacral, and I'm picking up throat chakra and crown chakra is what I'm hearing. I feel like those areas are going to be mainly affected here. But what you don't realize is with the Chariot card here, when I look at this here, I feel like you're going to overcome this obstacle. I feel like it's like somebody placing something in your path here, okay? Trying to set you back, but you're going to pull on that strength of yours to get yourself around this overall obstacle. See things for what they really truly are here. And you know what? Continue to keep working hard and continue to keep focusing with where you're going, what it is you're doing. I do see the Lover's card in reverse. Not that I wanted to make this a relationship reading by any means, but I feel like there might be even some disharmony here with regards to a connection, okay? Granted, this could be, say, maybe a significant other, maybe an overall friend here, boyfriend, girlfriend here, whatever. But somebody here is like backtracking, okay? It's kind of like they're stepping back, is what I'm getting here, and not wanting to take accountability here with regards to the overall situation. I do see the Page of Cups here, and I feel like to some extent here, maybe overall within this situation, you might feel like, you know what, maybe you were being a little bit naive, okay? Maybe you weren't seeing things as clearly here as what you thought you were. Maybe overall you're going to be getting some downloads here, okay? And I'm hearing when those downloads come in, most significantly here, stand your ground, okay? And if you're feeling like you're maybe a little bit naive here, I'm hearing stand in your beliefs. Don't you dare question yourself. Listen to that intuition. I think your intuition's always been telling you. But the thing of it is I feel like to some extent here, maybe somebody's got you questioning things, okay? Maybe even questioning your own intuition. And I feel like, you know what, you can hold your own, okay? You might come across a little bit defensive at first, is what I'm picking up here. But I'm hearing maintain your control, okay? Maintain that control within you here because right here. Three of Wands in reverse. I just feel like there's going to be somebody here that's either number one, okay, didn't plan for this, okay, didn't see this overall coming. That's why I said it's going to be somewhat of a shock. Um, I feel like somebody's also going to be coming back in. It's almost like a return, a blast from the past here. And yet, with the King of Cups, I feel like this person that's returning, somebody who's coming in here, is very mature, very compassionate. Could be a divine masculine. Granted, this is for the collective, so take it as it resonates here. But this person's very sympathetic, very friendly, very caring here. Very affectionate also here, but very devoted, okay? But I feel like overall here, there's going to be some pressure when this person comes in. Almost like a burning sensation is what I'm getting here. And I think a lot of it's got to do with the King of Pentacles here, okay? Because I feel like this person's coming in, they got something to say, and it's got to do with the ungrounded divine masculine here. Like I said, reverse the roles here. Somebody who has not been so successful, okay? Somebody here who might be a businessman, okay? And I feel like what they're about to tell you here with regards to this situation is this is going to create a lot of mental activity. Okay, a lot of mental reactivity within you here, most importantly. I feel like, you know what, to some extent here, you might act a little bit impulsive, or maybe this person who is ungrounded here was a little bit impulsive, okay? Maybe they've been a little bit real talkative here, to the point that they're communicating, telling things overall to people all over. And yet, they're a little bit rebellious, okay? It's kind of like they jumped in head first here. They seized an opportunity here, but the devil's coming out, okay? With regards to this individual here. And I feel like this person had a lack of perspective, okay? I also feel like this person here, you know what, maybe overindulged here, okay? And I think you're about to find out about this here, all right? But here's the thing, with the Eight of Wands coming out here, I feel like all this is going to come out when somebody returns, somebody overall comes back here. I feel like this could be bad timing. All right. And you might feel like within this situation, what you thought was going to happen here overall, it's going to lose its momentum. Okay. I do see the Empress here, and I feel like, you know, with her being in the reverse here, and if this is you I'm talking to, this could bring about a little bit of insecurity within yourself, okay? This could be, you know what, causing you to have a lack of confidence within yourself also here. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of disharmony too within this situation here. But here's the key thing. Clarity. Okay, clarity is going to come into play. At the bottom of the deck here, clarity. And when I look at this, I feel like there's going to be somewhat of some new ideas here. Okay, a different way of looking at things, a different perspective here. And a lot of this is going to have to do with your overall strength and your determination here. Now, I know as well as what you do, there's not always everything able to see, okay, at the beginning or the onset of something, right? And sometimes things are a little bit hidden, okay? Things are being woven behind the scenes. People are being placed in different positions, different spots overall in their career. Maybe you're noticing a change in your career. Maybe you got a new position. Maybe you're looking for a new position here. And it's kind of like you're wondering why now? Why after all this time? Maybe you were in a job for a long period of time and all of a sudden, you know what, there's a sudden urge, a sudden need to want to change things up. And you kind of feel pushed or nudged to go that direction here. And I'm hearing no different than this or with regards to your career here or matters of the heart here. You're not able to always see everything, okay? Things are woven behind the scenes. It's just everybody's getting placed in the right spots. And there is something hidden here. And I feel like there's something here Spirit wants me to reveal, okay? A lot of toxicity, okay? A lot of toxicity with this, whether it's toxic individuals, toxic information, toxic overall actions here. I'm seeing a bottle of cologne, okay? And I'm hearing this is something in essence, you definitely want to leave alone, okay? This is not something that's meant to be played with. I think it's been played with one too many times, all right? And it's loathing of overall toxicity to the extent that you might even want to check yourself, okay? Check yourself over, okay? Get yourself checked over here. Look everything over here, okay? What is it here within your situation here you're not seeing clearly, okay? Is there something here, in essence, that you know what you've been hiding here? Because what I'm seeing is somebody's about to find out they've been getting played, okay? They've been manipulated, they've been lied to here, they've been controlled, all right? Always placed on the back burner here within the situation. And you are about to see everything start falling apart here, okay? And yet, as things start falling apart here within the process, I have to tell you, things are going to start falling into place, okay? As much as what you couldn't see what was coming, you didn't have any idea this was even going on. You are about to see things fall right into place. Maybe you've got maybe a few little clues, maybe overall some nudges here, okay? Your inner voice has been talking to you, telling you, hey, pay attention over here, look over here. This is what's going on over here. Let me tell you something. All those pieces to the overall puzzle here are all going to fall, okay? Right in the place where they are supposed to. In fact, I'm almost hearing too, somebody might just fall apart here, okay? Fall to pieces here within a situation. But when it comes to matters of love, what is the message, in essence, Spirit wants you to hear today? Unworthy. Okay, so I feel like within this situation, somebody's stating, you know what, you're a better person than what they are. Okay, they're definitely not worthy of your love. They're not worthy of your attention. They're not worthy of you in their life. And I think a lot of this is all going to come out with regards to a conversation, whether this is a conversation that's already been had or somebody's coming to have a conversation with you. I also feel like somebody here wanted to call you just because they wanted to hear your voice. So I feel like there's going to be some overall talk, all right? Somebody's going to be calling somebody here, okay? There's definitely going to be an overall conversation, okay? A lot of communication, a lot of talk, which is going to cause somebody to want to start reflecting, all right? Literally reflecting, okay? Because there's somebody here that's maybe been at a distance from you, okay? Maybe they distance themselves from you. And you know what? Now they're at this overall moment, you know what? They've allowed themselves to get some overall clarity, okay? By being and keeping a distance from you here. And you know what? They've been reflecting a lot lately. But the biggest thing that's coming through here in that overall reflection is I see an escape. So I feel like here, when things got really tough, a lot of responsibility, maybe a lot of negativity within their life here, immediately they ran from it. They kept continuously running from this overall situation. And I'm hearing they've been doing a lot of hard work, okay? They've been trying to find the strength within themselves here. Maybe what they saw, what they heard, what overall happened here. They have been trying to escape from this and run from this over and over and over again. And it was like, they can't run from this anymore. Okay. They don't want to run from this anymore. They're done running. It's kind of like they really needed to talk to you about this. I also see a place of reminiscence. So I feel like within this situation, you might be finding yourself reminiscing, maybe possibly remembering some overall memories from the past. Maybe possibly memories that were quite sentimental, maybe doing some childhood reflection. But I'm also seeing the tavern here, okay? So I feel like within this situation, there could have been a social gathering, maybe talking to others, communicating with others. This could have been in a bar, doesn't have to be in a bar here. But I feel like it also could be a place, in essence, where they serve food, okay? So this could have been a conversation that took place over food, over drinks here, all right? And this person might have felt elevated, okay? They might have been feeling like they were on the top here, okay? Overall within this situation, like they reached the top, okay? Wow, look at me here within this situation here. But now I'm hearing they've got a different perspective, okay? As much as what they thought maybe they elevated here, they've made it to the top here. Now that they've gotten to the top, now they've got a different perspective with regards to what is actually going on, what's overall happening here. Because you know what? As grand as what we think it is, when we elevate, sometimes we elevate to see the clearer picture here. And that clearer picture might have to do with what it is that you do for work. All right. Maybe it's where you're in your creative zone. Okay. It's at that moment where you're getting that new perspective here. And yet this could be maybe in an environment that, you know what, you're very, very productive in, where, you know what, you're constantly producing, creating something new here, most importantly. I do see the laboratory card here, and I feel like there is something here you've been analyzing, maybe possibly experimenting with here, all right? And when I look at that too, I feel like, you know what, to some extent here, I feel like there's research, okay? More research that needs to be done. I feel like something's going to be uncovered here with regards to research. And when it does, boy, let me tell you something, you are so going to shine. Okay, you are so going to shine if you're in this situation here right now here, because that whole new perspective here just brought a little bit of a sparkle to your overall life here. Because what it is and what it all boils down to here is the fact and the matter behind it. Sometimes the struggle, finding the overall strength within ourselves, okay, the determination, the focus here, and realizing things are not what they always seem, and that there's things that are out of our control. When we realize here that we can obtain a new perspective, we can get clarity with regards to a love situation, our career, ourselves, most importantly here, there is that spark, okay? That overall sparkle here, that overall gets your attention and gets you even more motivated. I feel like somebody here has found that strength within them here to continue and keep moving forward here with a determination about to make some overall changes within their life. And with regards to clarity, it's like there's no more fantasy land, okay? You don't want to live the fantasy lifestyle anymore, all right? Maybe this is the idea here that you need to make sure that everyone involved is being realistic and is on the same page here. So I feel like you're going to be gathering overall information, people around you, most importantly, because I feel like there's going to be some plans made. I feel like overall here, it's the reality of the situation, and you want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Everybody clearly understands here, because there's going to be so many more adventures here, okay, coming about within your life here. And yet, it's that curiosity, okay, because you don't really know. You can't really see what's coming towards you here. And I feel like when I look at this card here, your journey is shaped with regards to the overall wisdom. The wisdom you obtain most significantly here. And I feel like this path is for you, that's coming about here at this moment here, is going to bring clarity, okay? Clarity as to where things really truly are, how things really truly are. It's about the truth here, because at the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the sky of clarity here. You might find yourself outside, maybe just kind of, you know what, looking overall at the clouds here, looking at the sky for overall answers here, okay? Looking for a sign, something here to point you in the right direction. And what I'm hearing is, get ready to fly, okay? You're gonna fly, all right? Significant song here is Gonna Fly by Bill Conti, okay? Things have been difficult. Things have been hard. Things have been really, really hard for some of you. I will say that. But here's the key thing. You are going to find your strength and your determination within yourself here to continue on. And for some of you that have already done the work on this path, on this overall journey here, you are so going to fly to new heights here, okay? But in the process of this, you're also going to be gaining clarity. You're going to be gaining a new perspective here. And for a lot of you, it is going to be that overall feeling of empowerment, okay? Feeling that power within you here to want to not give up, to want to keep going here. So with that in mind, okay, I want you to have a great day. I want you to have a beautiful day, but most significantly here, I want you to find that determination and that strength within you here, because I do feel like a test is coming. Okay. You are about to be tested. All right. Do I feel like you're going to pass that test? Yes, I do. But you're going to have to stand with regards to your beliefs. Okay. Not always be so quick to follow somebody else's beliefs. And with that, I'll be seeing you soon.